Get some more on the migrant crisis from a slightly different perspective here. Many women and children, of course, among those making that perilous journey to Europe and on through Europe, often travelling alone. We can hear from a woman stuck on the Greece-Macedonia border.
We are not animals here. We are human beings. There is children in that tent. Children. People. We said that Europe. We came here because we thought that Europe is the country of humanity. Please look at this. We are all here adults, but look at the children. People are sick. There is no way to stay here. There is no life here. Please, please, make a solution. We are not animals waiting here.
Well, it says so much, doesn't it? There's actually a meeting at the European Parliament taking place in the course of the day. It's organised by the EU's Women's Rights Committee to discuss how to combat, in particular, violence against women refugees, to improve their healthcare and to promote their integration. These are big challenges. With me now is Helene Daouphars from BBC Africa, who's just back from Calais, in fact, where, Helene, you spent some time speaking to the women in the camps. What's the reality of their situation then?
Well, we have managed to speak to a few women there, and obviously the big difficulty is that while they travel, they are very vulnerable. They are usually on their own. So the ones who are traveling with their husbands are the kind of the safest ones. We met a really nice couple from Eritrea, actually, who are now in Calais, waiting, hoping to maybe cross over to the UK. But we've also heard from a nurse who works in the camp, a volunteer nurse, that women, there's lots of cases of pregnancies. And often it's very difficult, and they decide to actually travel with one partner. So they partner with a man, but obviously they may have a very different relationship. And then it's better for the women to actually travel like that with one man than instead of taking the risk of being raped.
Yeah, I mean, you said at the start they're vulnerable, especially if they're on. Is that what we're getting around to, that they're victims of attack en route?
Yeah. And there's lots of cases of pregnancies, and we met a lady who was then going to help one woman who had a 3-month-old newborn baby. And obviously we have to think of the comfort, the conditions, but it's also psychologically, with being traveling like that, having no hope really for the future and having a newborn in your arms. So in Calais, they have set up a camp, another place where it's called the Jules Ferry Centre, where they welcome 300 women every day, and they also allow them to sleep there. So that's at least one place where they are kind of safer. And to be honest, we have seen mainly men in the jungle, because obviously the jungle is kind of the most difficult part of the setup in Calais, and obviously children and women are being looked after, but I think more could be done.
Right, but that sounds mildly encouraging in a way, doesn't it? I know there's huge upheaval going on there at the moment, just trying to wipe away the camp, or parts of it at least. Did you come away with a sense that there is a real recognition that women and children do have specific problems, and they are being addressed then?
Yes, there are, as I said, just organisation put in place to welcome them in centres. The issue is that most of the time they don't want to take those options, because they know that if they take this option, they will have to give their fingerprints, and then they will have to claim asylum in France, and they might be rejected. So we are in a very complicated situation where these people are in a huge difficulty, but they don't really want to claim for the help, because then they fear they will be obliged. So it's a kind of a vicious circle, if you see what I mean.
Terrible situation for them, obviously. Helene, thank you very much indeed for that. Thank you.